Welcome to Daily Crypto. My name is Dustin Knouse, and be sure to follow our show wherever you listen to podcasts, and leave a review on Apple Podcasts. It's time for some Tech Tuesday, and there's a bit going on. Deepfakes are a growing concern these days, especially with all the misinformation out there. In some cases, they've been used for fun, but in others, they've been used to hurt or ruin people's careers. It's a trend we've been seeing especially among successful women, where nude or pornographic fakes are being made to ruin their reputation. Honestly, I'm not really sure why a person's body or sexuality would ruin someone these days, but society says it can. Well, the future answer to this problem might just lie in blockchain. Blockchain is a secure way to track content, not just its source, but any changes something may have gone through. By putting social things like photos and videos on a blockchain, it's verified by a series of computers, which then all agree upon it. Should the content be altered, the network would know immediately when and where it changed, allowing for people to prove that a deepfake occurred. If you want to know more about how the technology behind the security would work, check out the link to the World Economic Forum article in our show notes. The great thing about blockchain is that it allows for transparency and accountability, while still allowing for a level of privacy if you want it. Well, last week, Bitfarms announced that they would be opening a mega Bitcoin mining farm in Argentina. They've secured a contract with a private power company to provide 210 megawatts of infrastructure to the farm. It's worth noting that Bitfarms is publicly traded on the NASDAQ, so you might want to look into them. It was reported that in September, Bitfarms had a 1.4 exahash per second rate. If you aren't aware of what a hash rate is, it's the speed at which a mining rig is able to process transactions in a proof-of-work system, like Bitcoin or Ethereum, at least until Ethereum goes to version 2. Bitfarms chose to set up its new mining farm in Argentina because it's somewhere that has low demand for power consumption, making rates cheaper than a lot of places, and it allows for room to grow. Now, room to grow is very important. Since the crackdown in China, a lot of miners are trying to set up shop in new regions. One of the places a lot of miners are moving to in the US is Texas. Texas is currently home to one of the largest mining farms in the US, about 160 miles south of Dallas in Rockdale, Texas. The facility currently uses about as much power as 150,000 homes, and it's not the only mining farm in that area. More and more are popping up in Texas, but there's becoming a large concern that the state's electrical grid just can't handle it. If you remember, over the winter, Texas's electrical grid had some pretty big disasters. Thousands were left without power during one of the worst storms it's seen. Some advocates of the mining industry entering Texas say that the farms can provide more power and stability by powering down during peak times and using more energy when less people are using the grid. Of course, that means adding more infrastructure and regulation to see it actually happens. And there's skeptics out there that think miners won't follow the rules, considering that less power means less money. Well, if you're the type of person that's interested in mining, good news. The Intel Arc GPUs are not going to have limiters. This comes after NVIDIA's GeForce products had light hash rate limiters put on them to discourage miners from buying them all up. In a previous episode, we discussed how it was worked around by hackers and developers. Intel has come out saying that they are going to take a neutral stance when it comes to crypto mining and allow buyers to decide what their graphics cards are used for. Now, right now, it's not known how well the Alchemist Arc cards will be doing when it comes to mining, but I'll keep you up to date when it hits the market. Well, it's time to discuss the NFT world. Jason Peterson, who is a Chicago-based artist, unveiled a Kanye West mural at the intersection of North Sangamon Street and West Lake Street. Peterson has decided to auction off the mural as an NFT, contributing to the growing trend that we see where the digital and physical world are crossing paths in the NFT market. The mural contains a QR code on the left side. The owner of the NFT, and essentially the mural, will have their information linked to the QR code and allow people passing by to find out more about the owner by scanning it. The piece is being auctioned off on Yeah, Probably Nothing and will end on October 23rd. If you are looking for a new place to mint or purchase NFTs, FTX US is launching a new marketplace to rival with markets like OpenSea. In launching the platform, FTX US's president, Brett Harrison, said, "We hope to provide both the US and global users with a regulated marketplaces that is intuitive and responsive to their needs." Now, this, of course, comes after we mentioned yesterday that OpenSea's marketplace regulation has come into question due to some offensive work being sold on their market that goes against their own terms of services. FTX US will mint NFTs using Solana, and they're expected to add support for Ethereum in the near future. Well, in the gaming world, Vulcan Forged is launching the first ever decentralized exchange for NFT gaming tokens. Vulcan Forged is a play-to-earn platform designed as an easy-to-play and easy-to-build ecosystem. It's a community-based project that promotes the development of world-class blockchain games by supporting developers through its development of programs. Their entire ecosystem is powered by the Pyre token, which is a cross-platform currency. If you're interested in signing up for our upcoming newsletter, please go to cryptodailyshow.com. There you can also find links to where you can follow me on social media. Please follow our show wherever you listen to podcasts and leave a review on Apple Podcasts. If you get your podcast on YouTube, be sure to subscribe and leave a comment there. I'm Dustin Knouse. Thank you for joining me today.